Hey, what is up everyone? Killian here bringing you another video, and this time it's going to be something a little bit different. This is a 2017 TERA showcase of the video that we were seeing of KTera. This is going to be future content that's released with KTera. And the main reason why that I wanted to make a video on this was because there were some pretty big changes, specifically regarding the awakening of several of the old as well as even the new classes. So, story, quick shout outs to everything as far as the people who participated in translating this and writing this down, etc., etc. Story was the one to write the contents down originally in Korean. Loriri, thank you very much for translating it. And then DJ Moonji, who is also a Twitch streamer, you can actually see a Twitch link there, Twitch streamer as well, provided several of the GIFs that you're going to be seeing throughout the video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just kind of go over everything that was talked about. So once again, guys, this is applying in KTera. So we will more than likely see a good portion of the content that we see in this, and we'll definitely be seeing the awakening at some point. But this is kind of a future to come to North NA TERA as well as EU TERA. So quick overview, the 2017 to 2018. New storyline, awakening classes, random story stuff, destroyed Velika, jump over the pass to save Velika. Yeah. So, of course, that's not really what we care about. Storyline, sure, some people like that, but mainly we're wanting to talk about the awakening of the existing classes. Keep in mind, guys, this is phase 1 of awakening, so there will be other awakenings as well that are going to come to other classes in the future. So if your class isn't on here, just keep in mind this is only phase 1 of the awakening. And another thing to note, all of these things are currently in testing. They're currently on the beta server for Korea. So we're not 100% sure what kind of balance changes that they're going to be making to the class. But so far, what I understand is that awakenings are going to be only available in PvE and open world content. They're not going to be available in PvP, or Battlegrounds rather. They're not going to be available in Battlegrounds upon their initial release. And from what I saw, most of the awakenings are either adjustments to the original skills, or they basically give everyone these super skills that are, from what I saw, around a 3-minute cooldown. So without further ado, let's go ahead and move on down. So, Lancer being the first one on the list. As we can see, they have a Righteous Leap, which is a giant wallop. So, giant wallop, higher DPS skill. From what I also saw in terms of damage numbers on Lancers, they're getting a pretty big damage increase, and several of their key abilities, like Shield Barrage, are going to have actually an extension as well, to where you actually get more damage ticks out of each of your individual hits. So this is pretty huge. Righteous Leap, just a huge wallop. Heavenly Shield, looks like a party-wide shield, maybe some kind of Kaya's, or just stagger resistance, because they need more of that. And then Deploy Shield, they literally are like, hey Reinhardt, you're pretty cool, let's go ahead and just give that to a Lancer. So Lancer shields can literally push stuff back, and it looks a lot cooler. And Lancers can move when their shield is actually out and about, of course at a slower speed. Slayers. So Slayers basically go, I don't know, fucking Super Saiyan with a lot of their abilities. Their Overhand Strike gets a huge, like, giant AoE buff. We're looking at different things, like they have a dual slash, like, dash attack, like you're using a goddamn lightsaber. And then this huge arc. So what I saw from one of the KTera streamers on the public test realm, that hit, most of their hits were hitting for like 3 mil, 4 mil. That super large sword, it's a 3-minute cooldown, but he crit for 14 mil when most of his stuff was critting for like 3 mil on Slayer. So that is a huge damage increase. And as you can see, they're just buffing up a lot of the designs essentially. This still going on with the Slayer. They have that dual slash. This one here just being, once again, the wide arc. Berserker. So, My opinion of the Berserker changes is apparently it's supposed to be high return playstyle. All that means is that you literally just transform into this like Super Berserker, and then every attack that you do, which you hit really fast and hit kind of hard, more fast than hard, but every time you use an attack, it deals damage to you, which can make you go below 0 health and you just die. Like, die as soon as you get out of this. I think the buff lasts for 24 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a constant left click, right click with a bunch of slashes, and then there's also this dash forward with a bunch of slashes. From what I saw from a Stormcry geared Berserker on, plus I think it was +0 Stormcry geared Berserker on the test realm, each swing was hitting for around 1 mil, but they could hit very, very quickly if they have good ping. Honestly speaking, I don't think that this is... I think it is a DPS increase for Berserker with this, because then they're also not staggerable, not stunnable during this time. But for the most part, I don't know. I don't know what I think about this increase, and I really hope more so for a couple of the other features that I did see, such as an extended Cyclone. They are providing new glyphs for a lot of classes, which alter a lot of the existing abilities. Sadly, this showcase doesn't actually show every single change, but I just wanted to kind of let people see kind of the new content. Warriors basically go into, hey, look how fast I am because I'm a warrior, and now they become some like ribbon dancer motherfucking class. Vertical cutter, everything looks just really fast with them. Blade storm, you know, heavy jump slash. We're looking here. This is their super heavy hit, dash side to side, dash side to side, and then a huge like vortex hit. Brawlers look like they're pretty much getting a lot of mobility as well as like a delayed haymaker. So this being their flying kick allows them even more mobility, which is going to be oh so fun. And then you see the Tempest Barrage, which is like a bunch of heavy hits, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get an explosion afterwards. Looks more like a haymaker more than anything. And then this is just a vortex, which I'm assuming this is going to have a pull-in effect. So much like we saw with the original triple click brawler, this is probably going to be something very similar to it because it's a Tempest Barrage. Priests. So Priest Awakening got rather interesting. They basically go Super Saiyan and have super DPS skills. Greatly increased range for each DPS skill. Unsure about damage. From what I've heard, DPS Priest is pretty crazy. So the Lustrous Flash, this actually shoots out kind of like we saw with the Boomerang Pulse, but instead of flying out and then coming back in, it just detonates on the end, which I think is actually really cool. And I think it gives Priest a little bit more of an interesting playstyle whenever it comes to that. And then they're basically giving them so the Invocation of Spirit, it's just an AoE heal, kind of like Corruption Ring that we see from Mystics. And it does really, at the end of the channel, it does release a powerful heal. The healing amount that we see, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's not super strong from what I see. But it'll be good for maintaining like consistent damage if they bring something like what was it? The last boss, the first time that they introduced the boss that looks like a giant fat tumor. Spiritual Touch literally is just it's a dual life grip. Mystics, I think, get a really cool change, and a lot of people are kind of pissed that Mystics got a lot more buffs compared to Priest. So Moat Bomb, you literally can detonate your moats and heal, and so heal players as well as restore mana. I think that's really cool, and it gives Mystics a more unique play style rather than having to finally rely on their teammates. They can finally just detonate and say, here you go, you're gonna get it regardless. The Jaunt, so Party Jaunt actually lets you teleport between your teammates, so that'll be kind of interesting. if you know you're having a hard time getting over to one person to another, you don't want to waste like your iframe, so you will have a party jaunt. But King of Thralls is a huge DPS cooldown that they're going to be getting. As you saw, it jumped around four times, and the last hitting for 10 mil, but each hit before that was 6 mil. That's crazy. Spiritualize, simultaneously spawn Thralls. What this is, in my opinion, some people have said, oh, you get multiple Thralls out at once, but I think they're making Thralls a temporary thing that spawns and provides an AoE buff to their group. So basically, they're going to be able to summon like the DPS Thrall. It's going to provide an AoE DPS buff, almost like a Bard-esque effect. And what I heard is when they summon the Thrall of Protection, it's actually a Kaya's. It's a 3-second cast, or you know, before what's called attack speed, but as well as being on a longer cooldown than Kaya's, so it's not quite as strong as Kaya's, but Mystics are finally getting a Kaya's. So a lot of Priest versus Mystic discussion has been about. Mystics, in my opinion, did get the better end of the stick whenever it comes to the Awakening, but everything is subject to be, you know, improved, right? So 2018 Summer Awakening second update. So this is when we're going to see the second phase. Summer of 2018. That's in Korea. The first phase is coming out in December 21st in Korea. So we're also going to be probably seeing around a 3 to... We probably won't get the Awakening until... I'd probably say July. Probably around July, maybe August of next year. So the new dungeons are interesting. So what they've done with the dungeon is, as what they're saying, is that they're making bosses just rely or create their own mechanics. Like, it doesn't become just this plain cycle of everything. So dungeon that will emphasize true action that does not rely on memorizing mechanics to fit its difficulty. So what this means is they're not going to say, okay, we're going to make it to where you have to execute on these specific mechanics. It's more going to be like the boss is reacting in this way, we need to act like this, rather than, oh, the S mechanic is happening right now, avoid that, okay. After that, the shield protection phase is definitely going to happen. Let's make sure that we're all alive for the shield phase. Like, there was a huge emphasis, or TERA, all in all, has become a very mechanically driven game. So in other words, you know what's going to happen after each thing. They're trying to get away from that again. They're trying to become more of a raw, like, reactionary gameplay style, like with fast reactions, compared to this, like, consistent, this is exactly how you're going to clear the boss every single time. There's a new Battleground that's coming out, the Underground Arena, which anyone can participate anonymously, so their names are not going to be displayed. I don't know what the Battleground type is. I don't know if that actually matters. I don't know if it's a 1v1. Who knows, right? There's going to be a new enhancement type system. I do not know if they will bring this over to US or not. The reason why is because they didn't bring us over the what is it called system. As we leveled up and whatnot, we would actually get more and more skill points, right? So we would, kind of like the Diablo system. What is the Diablo system called? Like Paragon levels. Paragon levels. So Korea actually has Paragon levels. We don't. They don't plan on implementing them. So I don't know if they're going to actually have this revamp of or skill enhancement item. It's possible that they may, and we don't really know. There wasn't given much detail on what this actually is. New content. They're reworking Dreadspire. They're making less floors, but they're making it harder, as well as adding a ranking system again, which is going to be really awesome. Fashion, because the true endgame of TERA. There's more hairstyles, and a lot of them just look fabulous. Yes. Or the real hype. So there's 2 new cosmetic slots, so more ways we can spend money. But when you get cosmetics like hats and stuff, you can actually control where you put it on your head. So you can have a cute little tilted hat if you want to. This is real shit, guys. And they're also implementing a mech suit, which allows you to fly. Apparently, all the pieces are going to drop from bosses or something like that. Once again, this is KTera. We don't know if this will actually be on NA or EU. But apparently, it's piece by piece that you can get from doing PvE. And it literally allows your character to fly. As you can see with this. It literally is, it's Mercy Wings for an Ellen. So, it's rather interesting. Oh, one more so here's a good tidbit of information for everyone who has actually watched this long. Stormcry is not going to get rotated out when the First Awakening patch comes. When these new PvE and everything like that comes, Stormcry is not going to get brought out or outdated. We're going to have a whole nother 6 months. So you're going to have plenty of time to get your Stormcry up. And that means that you should push for Stormcry. Because it's going to be the best in slot gear for pretty much another 7 months at least for NA. So we know that we're not going to be forced into this just gear grind every 6 months. And they're trying to get away from the 6 months gear grind. Okay. Other than that, yeah. Everything is pretty plain. There was a question. Any plans for server merge? They think it's an important issue as far as like TERA player base, but instead of a server merge, they're thinking about doing a cross-server LFG, which I think would be awesome. All right, everyone, and once again, this is the original text. So for all the Koreans who haven't seen it, you can pause whenever you want to. But thank you all for watching the video. I thought this was a very interesting thing to be coming out, and it was something that I just kind of wanted to address, wanted to make a video for. Of course, I got logged out. I was hoping that y'all could see my walking Ellens in the back the whole time. And also, Gunner Ellen released the proper race of TERA. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Streaming tonight, which... well, I don't know if y'all see this tonight, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. to midnight. I may be changing that from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. CST. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Peace, peace.